Hello everyone and welcome to Essential Dice Roll. We are a group of 5 D&D enthusiasts who decided to show the world just how bad we are at this game. I am Dorkman191 and I will be your dungeon master for the evening. I am joined ever by our YouTube fitness guru Tim from the gym. Sitting next to him is our resident goat father Dan the Man. Next to him is our sexy vampire Damon Frost. And joining us via the interweb is our one and only IRL wizard Heath. So, a quick recap of last time's game. Our group of adventurers had been sent to the town of Saltmarsh to find the previously owned manor of an alchemist who had died 20 years ago. They had been sent there to discern whether or not it was indeed haunted and to get any treasure left within the manor. As our team ventured to Saltmarsh, they had readily decided, let's get some gear and any information that can be found. So they went around town looking for any kind of gear they could equip themselves with, and they quickly found the store, the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz. In the store they met Zendros, the owner of said store, and a priest. There they bargained with her to obtain a certain item, a magical bag, a bag of holding. From there, they needed to prove their worth, so they went around town, finding more information on how they could prove themselves. They went to a tavern, where they found they could enter into a fighting ring. Our orc fighter, Hiro Mitsurugi, played by our sexy vampire, decided to enter and proceed to win by intimidation, by disrobing entirely. He won his fights, and then went on to earn the favor of the Captain Zendros, the owner of the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz. She loaned them the bag of holding, on the promise that she would get some treasure as well. Going through town, they learned of a poacher who had previously been to the manor they had sought out to seek. When they found him, he was very drunk, and told them a tale of him trying to go down to the wine cellar only to find a swarm of rats coming and attacking him. They were then wary of the manor itself, as if there were that swarm of rats being able to attack them, they would surely encounter something much more dangerous. After a night's preparation, they set out towards the manor. Upon encountering the manor, Pepper Nearseer, a halfling wizard, decided to play a prank. He threw some sand into their eyes, or more correctly, dust. The dust got into most of their eyes, and Pepper scurried off quickly to play a prank. Hiro chased after him, but went into the wrong room. Celine, being the ever persistent person she is, decided to go after them, but asked Tomas to search upstairs in her stead. Tomas did. Tomas went upstairs and went into the first room he could. In the room, he found a fireplace that had something shining in the middle of it. Investigating it, he had disturbed a spider's web. Swarms of spiders came from the chimney and from behind him around the doorplace, and they started attacking him, causing him to shriek out in pain. The others, downstairs, heard this shriek. They ran hurriedly up the stairs to find that Tomas had been encountered. Celine, being the first on the scene, tried to help, but Tomas was already swarmed, and he fell unconscious. Trying to save him, Celine raised his health points, but not enough to get him back in action, before she herself fell to the spiders. Both of them unconscious, Pepper and Hiro both made it into the room and tried to fend off the spiders, but not before our dear Tomas fell to death. Hearing this, Hiro grabbed Tomas in his arms and took off towards the town, searching out the only person he could think of that would be able to bring Tomas back to life, Captain Zendros, a priest. Upon entering her shop, Hiro sputtered and just couldn't find the exact words, but could only manage to mention, "He's dead. Please save him." Zendros, seeing some talent in the young rogue, decided to take pity on him and ask a favor of her patron, Ayuz, the demigod. Ayuz, the old, the wicked, and the painful. He decided that this would be a chance to make a bargain. And so a bargain started to be struck. You know, when I say it's the end of the line, boy, it usually means you're supposed to get off at this stop, not get off of your life. You're dead, boy, but you have some promise in you. I can see it, but I'm not quite sure you're ready to pay the price for coming back to life. Tomas, you feel your body ever heavy in an omnipresent darkness, this voice echoing out to you, but you're not able to speak at first. Your body grows colder and colder, fear taking hold of you. You're not quite sure what to do, but eventually you find your voice. So, boy, I can offer you fame, fortune, and glory. Do you wish to take it?
I do not care much for fame, but fortune and glory does sound nice. So, where
I can give you plenty.
I feel this may come at a heavy price. What is it exactly you offer?
I'm offering your life back at the cost of your servitude. You serve me in my land. Make sure you know who you serve. Bring us fortune, bring us glory, and shipments of goods, and I'll bring you back to life on that promise. But of course, if you deny this, you'll die. You won't be able to return to life unless someone takes pity on you, but I don't find that likely given how you died. So, your choice is this: become my servant, or die.
Well, I fear that there's not much choice at all. Very well. I will become your servant.
As you utter the words, I will become your servant, you feel yourself, the coldness, ebb away to just an omnipresent coldness. You try to rub yourself warm, and as you do, your arms do indeed move, but very heavily, very slowly, and you do start to feel your arms, your hands press against your arms. Zendros then shakes you. You're awake! You're awake! Thank God you're not dead anymore.
Oh, I had the worst dream.
I'm afraid that might not have been a dream.
Where? How did I get here?
Your friend, Hiro, he brought you down from the manor. You died.
I died?
Yes, my
So-
boy, you died.
So that was not a dream.
No, I called upon a favor of a friend, and I assume a mutual friend now.
Indeed, I am in servitude of Ayus.
As am I, but more willingly so than I assume you are. You look a bit worse for wear, but you seem to be okay. Looking at your body, you see that the once dulcet tones of your fur are even more dull. Your grays have grown darker, your whites have grown grayer. You move your arms to look over them, and they are still quite heavy, but indeed she is right. Your body is not as vibrant colored as it used to be.
Well, I am alive, but at what cost?
I'm assuming our patrons.
Indeed. So you and I have much to discuss then, my lady.
That we do. But probably not right now. Your friends are on their way. I sent Hiro back to get your other friends. I assume they are injured as well, but we'll see when they get here. I'm sorry for all that.
No, 'tis not your fault. We have an arrangement we must honor. Might I trouble you for another blanket, though? It's quite cold in here.
Yes, I'll get you a blanket. And with that, Zendros reaches out and gives him a blanket to cuddle up and gain warmth. But the warmth does not come to Tomas as readily as it would. Tomas still feels a coldness within his body. He is unable to get as warm as he would like. While Hiro runs off to go get the other compatriots of this group, he encounters a young man traveling up towards the manor by himself. Turning around, the man appears to be a pale-skinned half-elf. He turns to see the orc barreling past, just, gotta go, move, friends, dead, wait, boy, come back! He sees Hiro run off, and Zahn, Stormrider, played by our IRL wizard Heath, runs off after him to see what the commotion is. Upon reaching the house, Hiro climbs to the second story from the outside, pulls both Pepper and Celine from the house, bringing them down and then back to the city. Zahn, looking at Hiro pulling these two people from the building, is just like, he just pulled a dead body and a screaming halfling. I'm gonna go see what that's about first, and travels back to the city. There, he sees Hiro make his way into the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz, where Hiro is now fawning over the Tabaxi rogue Tomas, recently reborn from the dead. Amongst the shower of praise, Tomas realizes that Zahn is standing there, an old friend. Zahn and Tomas are old shipmates. They traveled on the same seas, and they have been reunited once more inside this unfateful time. As such, we shall carry on with this session once more. Hello everyone and welcome to Essential Dice Roll. I'm an idiot and forgot to hit record, so shoot me. What just happened was Tomas just came back from the dead. He was resurrected by Zendros, the owner of the shop, the quartermasters of Ayuz. He made a deal with a deity known as Ayuz to come back to life and serve under him as a underling. The party is currently drinking off the knight's detriment, their little party, having died or nearly died, and they are currently in their own respective rooms or otherwise trying to make sure that someone else doesn't die for a second time. So let's get back to the game where I haven't messed up for a second time. I forgot to hit record, everybody. I'm so sorry. I just looked down at my stream deck and realized, hey, the recording button's not going.
It's best you cut it now.
Oh man, they missed all of that filthy toilet humor.
It probably is better that you all missed the toilet humor that was us, but you'll get to see more as we go.
There's more.
There is more to come.
There is a giant orc in my bed, so that's a thing.
Oh yeah, and what else is
I'm
giant
gonna.
about him?
I show great honor.
If you know what it means.
All right.
So, as second shift comes up, Pepper, you were knocked. Your room was knocked on for Hiro to have you come out to watch, and
Pepper's gonna spend this time because this should be like turning midnight to the new day, right?
yes, it should.
Okay,
it's
so
about
he's gonna study his
12,
spells
12 to 2-ish.
for his shift, but also kind of keep an idea of what's going.
An idea of what's going on.
He's gonna occasionally like walk around at random times.
Okay.
Mostly because he's ADHD and he can't concentrate for too long, and he's just like.
So it's exactly like you.
It's exactly like me, folks. I'm sorry.
So as your shift comes to a close, what do you do?
So it's now time for third watch. As per usual, I try to go wake Celine.
You go and you start knocking on her door. Just
It's your turn, Celine. Oh, Celine, dearest. Celine, wake up!
nothing.
The inn's on fire!
Nothing.
I can't remember the whole. The
Wait,
exact,
wait. Can I make a perception check to see if I hear him say the "it's on fire"?
Oh God!
Roll perception.
You're freaking asleep. You didn't know.
Don't worry, I probably didn't get it anyway. I rolled 13. It's a 13.
How loud were you being?
Not very loud. Just like a normal knock, and then just like a whisper because everyone. I'm trying to be. Pepper's respectful. He just doesn't quite understand everything.
You're snoring heavily, and Tomas
He's
may
so
have.
soft.
Tomas, are you sleeping or?
Oh,
Like a
dude,
loud
after the
whisper.
day I had, I'm probably out like a light, man.
So you don't hear that, but
Yeah, Pepper knew it wouldn't work, and he kind of just like thinks about it for a little bit, and then shrugs and goes back to sleep.
That was almost cool.
I thought that was gonna go in your glass, but okay.
It would
Um,
so much better. Alright.
So the night
That's not like
passes
us in the butt.
without incident. You all wake up with your health points restored. You did get a full long rest in. Tomas, you do still feel a chill. You don't feel like you fully recovered quite yet, even though you do feel like you're ready to take on the day. So your health points are back to max, but you are definitely not feeling as get up and ready as you were the previous day.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's not getting up.
I mean, he's got a big guy in his bed with him. I would hope.
I figured I
like
could have
big
worked the
guys
chick.
No, I'm not shaming. I'm just saying, hero's an orc, and it's kind of intimidating.
I don't know. I imagine I would have worked the chill off of him.
It probably
Oh,
didn't
worked
hurt.
off, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Stop.
no,
I think
no,
that's
no,
okay.
no, no.
All right, yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's-
we gotta move
This is
forward.
going too far.
All right.
So, Zahn, how early would you say you've woken up? Are you an early riser, or are you sleeping past noon, dude?
Actually, I'm an early riser, just because that's the best time to get out on the wharves.
Makes sense.
So you probably got up when about the same time that all the fishermen kind of did to go out for the morning.
Hmm
Shortly after you get up, you see Celine come out of her room, and she's got a very noticeable like sag to her face. She did not sleep well, but she's up and at 'em. She gets downstairs for breakfast.
Breakfast sounds amazing.
Morning, Zahn. Morning.
As I'm eating I assume that's probably just fish for breakfast. Do they eat anything else in Saltmarsh? Probably
They
not,
have-
just
they-
fish.
They'll have like your usual, but definitely fish is the most prominent staple of Saltmarsh. So if you want some eggs, they have some.
Nah, fish is good.
Don't ask.
I will nod to her as she comes down.
So if I heard correctly, you're going into the mansion as well?
Quite possibly, ma'am.
Watch out for Pepper. That's all I'll say. Just Pepper and spiders, of all things, spiders.
Pepper's gonna come down, walking down
She shakes
stairs.
down.
He's an early riser as well.
You see Pepper coming down and just
He's like the most happy-go-lucky little kid. He's
So-
about 15.
Coming down the stairs, we hear this.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Very much so.
A short moment later, as Pepper's ordering his breakfast, Celine gets hers. Tomas and Hero eventually emerge from Tomas's room.
I'm like trying to straighten his hair, like just like, are you? Do you have enough clothes on today? Do we need to go get more armor? Are your weapons sharp?
I'm fine. I could use a good breakfast. Maybe some shit.
Barkeep, breakfast.
What do you want?
Something with fish.
Breakfast.
So you all eventually get a morning breakfast in you. Um, and so, what are your plans for today?
I very badly want to go see Zindros. We have a lot to talk about.
I, I think I'll just take like a free day
You'll take a free day.
and sort of meditate, like think about the best ways I can take care of my friends, stuff like that.
Think about what went wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm sure Hero just his orcish like background. He's actually pretty like probably tensed and ready to get back into the mansion so he could wreak revenge on all the spiders in it.
Pepper's gonna pretend that he's going off to, and he's gonna tell everyone in the group that he's going off to play in town. But he's actually gonna try and go find medical supplies. Anything that would be cheaper. He knows he can't afford health potions. Those are mystical, powerful things, and he knows those are way too expensive. He does, however, want more actual medical supplies that are better than beating on someone's chest and hoping they stabilize.
Not one of my shinier moments.
Like bandages and such. Essentially, a medical kit or whatever you would call that.
Okay.
First aid kit.
First aid kit. There you go.
Make a investigation check. Zahn, was there anything you wanted to do for the day?
I'm actually not terribly familiar with Saltmarsh. The area is. I imagine that there's like a beach I could go to, like a secluded cove.
Let me pull up my map. So the entire city is mostly surrounding the coast. The beach front actually has a lot of space, but off towards the east, where y'all were headed for the actual manor itself, there is a small sliver of land where you can be on the beach and be alone.
Okay, I just kind of want to be on the beach with the ocean and the wind, sort of meditating, but not.
I've heard the beach waves at you, but I've never heard it reject somebody. So you can be with it.
Oh God.
So ignoring Daniel,
All right, let's call it like
you-
it is. He's out nude Sunday.
you are
No.
you go off to the east, and there's a high rise cliff that you've got your back to, and you're just sitting there meditating amongst the sounds of the sea and the smell of the salt air.
What is the weather?
What is the what?
What is the weather?
The weather is. Oh, okay. It's the clouds have parted for the most part. They're still fairly cloudy, but it looks to be a fairly nice day. Probably, I'd say, around mid 70s to low 80s. A breeze going that's carrying in the brine from the salt, the sea.
The salty.
I'm going to vow vengeance upon the sun, but that's for later.
All right.
Sounds good. What did you make for your investigation?
Nat 20.
It was
Natural
beautiful.
20. So going around town, you do find that there is a cleric, and you do find that there is a shop for adventuring gear. There is the Temple of, I can't even read my own notes because they're darkened. The Temple of Procan and Winston's store both seem to be what you're kind of looking for.
Okay, Pepper's probably gonna go to Winston's store.
Winston's store? Yeah. Alrighty.
Winston Zedmore?
Oh,
Winston Zedmore.
That's from Ghostbusters.
Number 28.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I mean, you would be the one to know, but I'm just, look.
So you walk in, and it's to your surprise, you walk into a male halfling tending to the shop.
Oh,
He looks around and he goes, "Welcome, welcome, welcome! Soft goods and honest prices. How can I help ya, Boyle? Boyle, how you doing?
Yay! Hi!
How you doing?
It's
What
normally
you doing?
such tall people. Finally, someone of an appropriate height. How are you?
You have that goddamn right. There are a lot of tall people around these parts.
I know. Who let them grow? Who fed them this much vegetables and milk? As much as I consume, I can never get as big as them. But
We do what we can. Let's
we're
go.
better for it.
So what you looking for, boy? You came into my shop, my honest shop, my honest shop. We
Honest is a halfling's middle name. I was curious if you had anything to heal with.
I don't usually carry potions, but I do carry your basic medical supplies. You know, you got your string, you got your
You got
tweezers,
the string, the tweezers,
and a scalpel. And of course, you know, your medicine pouches. I got those too.
and a medicine. You were holding out on me. You were holding out on me. You had that the entire time. How much for the scalpel?
Oh, that's easy. That's gonna be I'm changing up his voice because I don't exactly know what I want his voice to be. That's gonna be run you about 2 copper, just for the scalpel.
2 copper.
You don't even know how much money you have on you, do you?
I do. Does Pepper? That's a great question.
I think I actually gave all my money to Tomas because I thought it wasn't mine.
Yes, actually, you did.
I did do that. I did.
Pepper's gonna think about it and then ask how much it is for all. How much for all of it? The whole shebang. I could always use more string.
Oh, let's run you 4 silver.
Or what if we did 3 silver and 5 copper?
Make it 7 copper.
7. You're really tying my hands here. And then Pepper's gonna put his hands together and cast prestidigitation just to make a rope appear around him, and then just be like, "But I guess 4 silver and 6 copper."
Deal, boyo.
Woo! And yeah, obviously I'm gonna pay for that.
All right. You now have a healer's kit, which allows you to add your proficiency bonus to your medicine checks.
Yeah, give me 1 second. It was 6 copper we agreed on. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I had that right. All right. And so I now have a medicine kit. You said?
Yes. It allows you to have proficiency. Allows you to add your proficiency to any medicine checks.
Okay. All right.
So.
That was roughly all I wanted to do. Pepper's gonna
Were-
play around.
You two, we're gonna go to Zendros together.
No, like I said, I was just kind of taking a free day. I'm like trying to like get my head right, figure out the best ways to defend my friends, like all of them. But I am definitely like sort of following Thomas, but like at a distance.
Okay.
I suddenly, like, despite my social ineptitude, I am feeling a little awkward about last night. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to do that.
Can you hand me a drink too? Tea. So you head back into Zendros' shop. You walk in and she's standing at her counter currently.
Why, good morning, my lady.
Ah, it's you. Good to see you're awake. Still
Fe-
looking a bit gray.
Feeling better than yesterday, but
I'd assume so. You were dead.
about that, I feel we have very much to discuss.
No, no.
Say that again. Sorry.
Yes, about the dying thing. I feel we have much to discuss on that note.
I mean, there's not much to discuss. I brought
I-
you back through a mutual friend, and that mutual friend is someone you should probably listen to.
I feel I am absent.
Could you
choice,
guys
but-
maybe speak up a little bit? It's really hard to hear out here.
Oh, I didn't realize he was here.
I
am
rolled a
sorry.
4.
So, Sin just goes, have you told him?
He did save my life, and he is an honorable man. I feel maybe he should know. Come on in, friend. Don't be shy.
I kind of look directly at Zendros, and I'm like, I'm gonna try really hard for you, Thomas. I'm gonna, I guess, sit down next to him.
You pull up the same chair and that Thomas was sitting in last night and just sit it down and sit next to him, even though he's standing at the counter.
So, here's the thing, hero. I did die yesterday, and I was brought back by a force which I feel might be a bit malevolent. But the Lady Zindros here, it was through her prayers and guidance that I was able to come back from the other side. But now I feel I owe a great debt, and I was discussing what that debt might entail with her when we heard you outside.
Dead to, who? I mean, I've already offered my sword to Zendros. I mean to cover that debt.
Have you heard of Ayuz?
The shop. Well, I know he's what the shop's named after.
Yes, that is true. It is called the Quartermasters of Ayuz.
I rolled a 4 again. I think you're having the worst day with these dice rolls.
Well, Ayuz is a demigod of pain and suffering, from what I've heard. It does not sound good because I don't feel it is, but nonetheless, I am here because of his grace. Unfortunately, I do owe a great debt now. Which, on that note, ladies and
I've already explained. I'm going to take the debt. The debts. Let me take the debt. I'm going to look directly at Zendros. I can do this. Let Tomas go.
my friend,
I'm afraid
it doesn't work.
I
that way.
cannot. You owe that to me for praying for your friend, but your friend is now a brother in the. I'm trying to think of the word for clergy.
What is that?
Colt.
Colt.
Cult.
Yep.
Little harsh. Little harsh.
Come on, it's an evil demigod. We're all in service to it. I don't know.
Oh man, there's so many words I don't know.
Well, so just I think Hero's just gonna listen at this point forward. But no. What he's probably thinking at this point, he goes, actually, this whole brother thing kind of works out because I don't want her to be my sister. That way, Wingman becomes best friend to brother-in-law.
Are you saying all this out loud?
I might be. I don't know.
Oh God, that makes a big difference.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, I was about to say just roll 20 and go to both.
No, I'm not saying it out loud.
You're not saying it out loud.
We just see
But
your
he's-
deep in
you,
thought.
you just see him going.
But now
He's
I'm like,
obviously thinking really hard.
Yes, I know it's a
But-
lot to take in. But my lady Zendros, what all does this service entail? I feel you might have come upon a similar fate. Am I mistaken?
Oh no, I went willingly.
I see.
Look at me, boy. I'm a tiefling. People hate me just for living.
Well,
Go into Ayuz.
my friend here does not hate you at all, if you know what I mean.
That is also-
She kind of gives a glance at him, just. Yes, but any sane person attacks a tiefling on sight.
Well, fortunately for us, we did not. Otherwise, I might not even be here.
Well, I'll count you among the not sane, but you wouldn't have to be to go into that mansion. So, whatever you were told, I'm pretty sure it was along the lines that I have been told. Serve him, honor him, and bring greatness to his country.
And
And that is why I'm here.
My
We
thing
need the
is,
trade routes.
trade
Go on
routes, you say?
Yes.
Perhaps
not
that
a
is something I
lot.
could assist in.
There's not a lot of good trade out in our kingdom.
Huh.
So,
You might have come to the right man. I,
I've yet to see that. But that's exactly why I did spare you.
give me a good ship and I will show you what I can do.
I ain't giving you a ship.
That is fair. I had to try.
I will give.
Desperately
I will
trying to
give
get one
you
of
the
most
chance.
expensive items.
I will give you the chance to prove yourself. And if you don't, well, I'm pretty sure Ayuz will take care of you himself.
Might this involve our previous mission agreement to find a lost ship, shall we say?
It might.
Didn't you actually think it was a lost ship because that's what Hero told you? I'm curious if like you actually don't do or do not.
No, I think Tomas knows Hero well enough to be able to like make that translation. Be like, it's probably.
So, about that ship, might you hash out some of the more intricate details of this job? Now that we are brother and sister.
She looks around the shop. And there's a ship inbound for Kaoland. And there's materials on it that we need instead. If you can take care of it and get us the materials instead, you've proved yourself and earned that pouch. And maybe a few favors.
I think I can make that work. About when do you think it might be passing these waters?
I'm not quite sure. They come irregularly, but they do come, and I do see their ship every now and again. How you find it? I don't know. But you must find it.
Indeed. Is there maybe someone around town that might know more of this trade route that they're on? Keolens, you say?
I don't know anybody. I've been trying to sleuth it out, but a lot of people who are in the know are a bit guarded.
That's fine. I have a very persuasive friend here.
I look behind me.
I will see what I can do.
You need me to gather intel again?
If you don't
I
mind,
know
you see
just the place. They love me at that other bar we went to with the fighting.
Oh no.
Let's go there.
That might not be a bad place to start. Well, with that, my lady, should I have more questions about this servitude, am I free to come and ask you?
Yes.
Or would he find his own way to speak with me?
He'll find his way if he needs to, but otherwise, come to me.
With that, I will take my leave then. I'll bow and I'll walk out.
Hero, what are you doing?
Hiro, are you coming?
I zone out for like half of a second because I'm trying to think of who else is persuasive. I see Tomas leaving and then I like get up real quick. Like look at Zendros, look at Tomas, just go protect Tomas. Alright.
So,
Bar.
where are y'all headed?
I guess bear with me a moment, folks.
Zon, how long would you be vowing eternal hatred towards the sun?
Just until nightfall, I guess. When I
Oh,
go back to my room.
All
Till someone
day?
comes to get me.
Wait.
Pepper will probably try and randomly bump into you.
Actually,
I say bump into you because he's literally gonna walk into you and then be like, "Oh, hi."
I feel like sailing together, I might know you're in this little ritual of yours. I'd probably seek you out because we now have a smuggling job we need to work on, and you're just the man.
Ah!
So,
I feel like we've completely given up on where this was supposed to go.
hey, I have a plan. You have a plan. There's a plan.
just side quest. Just a side quest.
So, it's actually a main question. So, make an investigation check to try and find Zon.
Oh wait,
Uh,
I just want to see if I roll another 4.
That's gonna be a natural one.
I also got a natural 1.
I'm looking on the wrong side of the beach.
Y'all are so far. Y'all look around so hard, but you end up somehow back at Zendros' shop. You're just like, we started here. It was one of those. Huh?
Well, I'm sure he'll turn up
It took
eventually.
about an hour and a half of y'all searching around just to end up back at Zendros' shop.
Tomas, I think the gods want me to be here.
Well, I cannot speak for the gods, friend, but we have many questions we need to ask around town for, and I really was hoping to find Zahn. I don't know where he wandered off to.
You said you were just wandering around town, or what were you?
I was, yeah. Pepper's just wandering around town. He might potentially, if you want, he can bump into.
Just roll for it.
Just roll for it. Okay.
No, I just did.
Oh, okay.
Please don't roll a
I have
one.
no actual plans for him and what he's doing though. He's,
So, Zahn, while you're sitting there, or standing, whatever you prefer to do, you hear this pitter pattering in the sand coming closer to you, and you look around and you see Pepper just off in a little daze, just kind of looking up at the sky. Just
no, Pepper's trying to count the grains of sand.
oh, so he's looking at the ground. He's just like doing like
He's on,
mental
like-
calculus.
He's like 1/1 billionth piece of sand, 1/1 billionth and 1/1 billionth and 2. There's a lot of sand here. I don't know why that guy told me to go count the sand.
Oh.
It's gonna take me so long. It's a lot better than counting sheep, though. There was only like 3. This is a fishing village. That guy was silly. It's also much nicer smelling here than counting all the turds on the side of the road. Rude of people to leave those there.
So you hear all this, Zahn. Do you do anything?
I'll peek up from my meditation and then go back to it.
Eventually, you feel as Pepper gets closer, he just kind of bonks into you in the middle of counting his 1 billionth and thousand.
Oh, gee. Can I quickly count the sand under you, and then you can go back to doing whatever it is you're doing. I just have got I have to count the sand. This young gentleman, he told me that if I did this, now get this, he would give me a high 5. I don't know what they are, but I want one.
Gosh.
He said they were shiny and crisp. I think it's like an apple. I think it's like a local apple. I'm really excited for it.
Well, don't let me stand in your way there, little fella, and I'll stand up and dust myself off and pat him on the head.
Pepper's gonna try and count.
And I'll
them all.
mosey back.
So he starts counting the sand as it falls off your butt, and as a person up the cliff goes, "Oh my God, he's actually doing it! Oh look, he's actually counting the fucking sand! Oh my God!"
We're gonna really be surprised by this. I've already counted so many other things.
So you find yourself oh my gosh, Tomas and Hiro, you both find yourself walking towards the manor again, and you look down as you hear the words, "Oh my God, he's actually counting the sand," and you both immediately go, "Pepper."
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Perhaps we should go check on him. That does not sound good, but that does sound like him, does it not?
Where you lead, I follow, wingman.
Oh,
Hey,
You are
hey guys,
truly a good
I'll be
friend.
right back.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Are you leaving us?
Actually, this is actually
Yeah, I just gotta run to I gotta run to my kitchen really quick. I will be right back.
this is actually a good point to take a break. So we will all be right back in a moment, people.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
watching.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Essential Dice Roll. We are kicking back in from our little break. Up on a cliff is Tomas and Hiro looking down to find Pepper counting the sand granules coming off from Zahn's ass. Because Pepper. So, let's get back into it. So, after seeing Pepper sitting there counting, you all just kind of hurriedly make your way down the cliff to find now Pepper counting the sand again and Zahn returning to a meditative state.
I hate to ask, but what are you doing, Pepper?
Well, I'm counting the grains. There's a guy. You guys are gonna think it's foolish again, and that I'm being silly.
No, we wouldn't
Wha-
think
I-
something like
you
that.
say again like we have.
You're always the most supportive of all of us.
I give you a flower. Now you only have to count the petals, and I'll give you a high five.
But how? I need to know the grains of sands. That guy up there. And I'm gonna point at a random person, number 5. He told me that he would give me a crisp high five. I don't know what they are. From context clues, what I can understand is it's probably some sort of apple. But like, we're in a fishing village, so I don't know. I just don't know what it could be.
I'd like to interject and say all these people keep going, it's a fishing village, it's a fishing village. Like, they don't get imports. Like, there's not shit coming in daily to, you know...
It's also not a village. It's also like a major port city. So
Yeah, but like random shit does come in. You know, you do get apples, you do get pelts, you do get all this and
No,
that.
it's just like New York City. There's nothing here.
Just fish.
so it's inhabited by John Cena.
No, I can't see him.
Okay, like getting back on this. Like,
Alright.
well, I'll tell you what. I can give you a clammy high five. So what I need you to do is count the petals.
Well, can I real quick? You know what? I'm just gonna go with it. But there's only 5 here. I'm on 1 billion and 60.
You did a good job, Pepper. Now put your hand straight up in the air.
Is this another trick?
Nope, it's a full.
People have done this before, and then I've just disappeared.
Wait, you're doing both hands? I'm gonna give you the best high five ever. You want me to roll? You sure it's not performance?
Strength and I'm gonna say this is gonna be a dexterity saving.
Okay, that's an 18.
I rolled a 16.
A 16. So he high fives you, and you get knocked back. Like you slide in the sand, and go, "Whoa!" Your hands sting a little bit, but you're still upright and standing.
I give you a thumbs up, but it's like crooked.
That was the best ever! So that's what the guy was gonna. Pepper's gonna immediately start trying desperately. He's like, if that was only a clammy one, I have to only imagine that a crisp one is gonna be so much better.
No.
Oh jeez! Yes. And he's just
He's on.
Well,
Are you still concentrating, or has this sufficiently distracted you?
Oh no, he's chuckling.
well, while he's doing that, Zon, I do have a proposition for you, friend. A man of your talents perhaps might be perfect for a certain job.
Job, you say?
Yes. I mean, it seems like you have a little free time. Would you perhaps like to earn a little coin?
I'm always down for earning some coin. Yes, sir.
Well, see, here's the thing. And I'm going to go ahead and just metagame, just unload all that on him. Like, the whole job. Steering the ship the wrong,
Okay,
or whatever.
What about your original job for the mansion?
He's already been filled in on that, right?
How much of the mansion do you know? Like, how much have we told you about the mansion job?
You're going in to clear it out for some guy, and you can keep whatever's in there.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I told him.
Essentially, we keep half of whatever's in there.
the value of it. Actually.
The value.
Okay. So. Zahn, can I get you to make a history check?
A what?
History.
Say it again.
History.
I'm getting 3.
History.
So dexterity.
History.
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 Check.
Okay. Let's see here. What is that? Oh dear. This could go bad. It's not so 13.
13. So, thinking back to your most recent time on your ships and all of that, you do know that there is a small smugglers ring operating out of this area. It's not the one you and Tomas ran with, but it is one that you did hear of coming around this area. You're not quite sure when they're coming around, but you do know there's probably someone in town who does know.
Okay.
So, as it currently sits, friend, we need to probably ask around and see if anyone knows more of the certain Keolan's trade routes and when the ship might be passing by, so we could maybe redirect it in our favor.
This sounds like a great job. I'm so excited that we're doing something to help the community.
Indeed.
Oh, those poor lost boatmen. I'm also
Yeah,
really
no,
excited.
Like, it's just, hopefully we can find them and get them here safely, along with all their goods that you seem so intensely interested in. Hopefully I'm pretty sure there's potions of healings and stuff. You're thinking ahead. You're thinking smart.
I feel like a terrible person.
I mean, you are.
Pepper's gonna kind of like go, okay, I guess I just won't get that crisp high five, and he's gonna kind of like dust off the sand off of his hands.
And you go, wait, counted! I forgot to count those ones! Kidding, okay.
Wait,
No! I'm just trying to decide if I would do that or not, because that's very much something I would do.
wait.
You son of a bitch.
Pepper, do you have like a bookmark?
Oh, gosh.
Just put it in the sand. It'll save your place.
Pepper's like, Pepper. Oh no, I don't have a bookmark with me. I know what I do have though, and he's gonna take out the scalpel and he's going to cut a line in the sand to mark his place.
There's a very fine line in the sand now.
You gotta read the fine print sometimes, folks. There was no time limit on this, and then he's gonna be like, all right, guys. So I think what we should probably do is take it one step at a time. We're already on a job, so let's maybe finish that job, and then as much as I know it's gonna be hard, but we have to finish that haunted mansion. We can't lose our good name, even if we are doing more good deeds by the moment.
Might I persuade you in the opposite direction? Perhaps. There is spiders
Well, ships
in there.
ships come and go all the time. I'm sure they'll be fine. They generally have extra stores, but that haunted mansion could get up and walk away. We haven't heard that it doesn't have legs.
It has at least 8 of them.
It might. That's a very good point.
I will defend you, brother-in-law.
Oh boy.
Brother, you're not even married to her. Jesus Christ.
Yet. Positive vibes into the universe.
I thank you, my friend. My brother. You've truly stood with me this whole time. Well, perhaps we should take this to a vote then. To the mansion? Or to the ship?
Well, as the shortest, I think my vote should count the same as everyone else's.
Okay. I pick up
that's
Pepper and put
fair.
him on my shoulder. Now what?
Whoa-wee! I'm so high! Guys, can you... it's still me. I'm just way up here now.
I put him back down.
He's screaming in your ear.
Oh, I
That was
was so
a-
high up.
That
my
was a
friends,
terrible
shall
idea.
we then? All in favor of going to the mansion? Say aye.
I
I have 2 of them. Does that mean I get 2 votes?
One each, I feel, is more
Oh.
justified. Where is Celine?
She's nowhere near me.
Oh, no. So we must find Celine, because I dare not travel there without her. But,
Well, she might not want to go. She did kind of fall down.
this is true. But she was hired for the same job, no?
That's true. We can't let her freeload. Let's go get her. He doesn't quite know what that word means, by the way, or that term means. Is it a term or is it a word?
That's a word.
Why not both?
Because it's got a hyphen in
It's
it.
both, yeah. It's both.
Okay.
It's a
Well,
word
the
and a
term/word. He doesn't quite
Terminology.
understand it. Yeah, he doesn't understand the terminology with that. He thinks it means not working.
So,
And she's always very, very direct and so he's like, she would hate to not work.
what are you doing, Zahn? Are you following these weirdos?
Oh, of course.
So you all make
I'm going where the storm takes me, and this is the eye of the storm right now. So
They are definitely a storm.
Aye, folks.
Mostly shit, but so they make their way back to the Wicker Goat Inn, where Celine is currently just sitting at a table reading out of a book.
we make our way back to the tavern.
The Wicker Goat.
I thought we were making our way downtown, like walking
You're not
grass.
gonna let me live that down, are you?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're at the tavern, the Wicker Goat. It's the tavern.
pretty good.
I heard they tried to rename it here
Basis.
recently, but, like, we voted that down. Or I heard they voted it down.
I know not what he speaks of, but my lady Celine, we were wondering how you're feeling and if you might be up for some more adventure.
I don't know. I just got the sudden urge to slap all of you but one. But I'm feeling good.
Is it
I'm
me?
alright.
Is it because you can't reach? I can lean down, Celine.
I'm okay if we're gonna go back to the manor. It gives me a bit of a chill, but
There's been a
We should
random
do-
encounter.
I must say I agree. But that is 3 in favor of the manor versus the ships, so...
ship?
Uh,
What ship?
and
Oh, don't worry about it. We're doing
Indeed,
another good deed later. Let's get started with our first adventure, though.
She looks
Exploring
immediately
the
at you and
ghost.
goes, "Tell me later. I'll go get my stuff." And she walks to
fair
her
enough.
room.
I dare not travel
I'll
back
get
there
a head
without you.
start. Whee!
Pepper, stay! She yells as she walks back to her room.
Oh, okay.
Zahn, are you going to be joining us on this mission?
Yeah.
Were you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you're ready for a fight because apparently spiders like to fight.
Perhaps we should ask around town for insect repellent.
Don't worry, Tomas. I will repel your insects.
Sounds wrong.
I've heard you say that you repel women before. I don't think those work the
don't.
same.
I repel civilians, not women specifically. I'm an
Oh,
all-inclusive.
Well, you pointed at a bunch of women that were screaming, so you know what? I read wrong, or I read the room wrong.
The morale
As
dropped.
Pa said, it says.
Just, Hero's morale just went from, I'm okay.
You cut me deep, Pepper. You cut me deep.
So, you all start to make your way back to the manor once more. The winding cliff as the day starts to settle just a little bit into the evening. It looks like you've still got another few hours of sunlight, not too much, but you do eventually make your way back to the manor entrance, the garden. If I can flip to the right page. Oh, I flipped way ahead. So,
Way ahead.
yes, I did. So, for those who don't remember, the road to the house winds through rocky coastal terrain, offering a view of the sea below. Low clouds press upon you, and occasional patches of sunlight appear out over the water. A stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny stink of churning salt water. There is a garden which is housed around the building, which is overgrown and unkempt, but you can still see that there once was a well-tended field.
You know what, guys? I think, and Pepper has his fists on his hips, he goes, and trying to strike a heroic pose, he goes, I think we kind of rushed this last time. What if
we first investigate the garden. Yeah, maybe there's a ghost gardener, and maybe he's nicer than the spiders were.
Pepper, we already investigated the garden. They were just furry carrots.
Oh.
Yeah, you did do that. You
Oh
had
yeah, that's right. We did do that, didn't we?
Yeah, you had Hero eat a
Oh
furry carrot.
yeah.
I think.
Those were some good carrots, though, weren't they, Hero?
They were edible.
Barely.
Yes.
All right, well then let's go. And Pepper, having learned much but not quite enough, just pushes open the door and walks in.
You see Hero like start to climb up the wall to get back in through the window. Sees the door, comes back down.
He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you take the pieces off the board? I will be setting up the battle map here in a second. Give me a moment as I scramble for things. As I scramble for pieces that no one's supposed to see but me.
Pieces of pepperoni.
On a pizza.
Pizza. Pineapple goes on pizza. I'm gonna put that out there in the universe.
And we got canceled.
We got canceled.
Just like
Oh,
that.
dang.
I'm more of a mushroom pizza guy though, but that's just me.
Mushroom pizza's amazing.
It is very good.
Chicken pizza.
Mushroom sausage, man. Little black olive. Forget about it.
Black
Forget
olive,
about it.
I can take
Forget about it.
Alright, so the battle map looks like this. Mr. Heath, I will give you
Yeah.
I'll give you permission to go ahead and look up the Ghost of Saltmarsh maps. That way you can kind of see where we're at. That way you know,
Okay.
that way you don't have to kind of judge yourself by just what we're saying. Just that way you can see physically.
Is it in the book?
Yes, it is.
About what page?
Give me a couple seconds. It is on page 41, the map.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you all start back into room number 1, which is the entrance hall. And again, you open the door to a musty, dirty entrance hall. To your left leads a corridor to the west wing, where where Pepper first ran off into the to the library in room number 2 for you, Heath. And
Okay.
Hero ran into room number 3, the study, while Tomas had went up the stairs. You are all standing in room number 1, the main entrance hall. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Immediately upon us entering,
I-
Pepper's gonna remember that he has those papers.
I was
he
gonna
picked
say,
up all those papers.
So help me if you throw
Pepper's
dust.
gonna look through them.
I was saying, like, we're all staring at Pepper.
Oh yeah!
If you pull out pocket set, I swear to God.
So, looking over the papers that he had or the books you grabbed?
No, the papers he had. I've already looked through the books. You told me that there was something going on with them. I can't quite remember what. If you could refresh me on that, that would be great too.
The papers that he had thought were you
Yeah.
were just all written in common, but they're receipts for purchases of various chemicals and laboratory equipment. It's nothing too exciting. It's just old receipts, bookkeeping work. Just kind of that he
Okay,
would.
but like essentially things that might potentially be somewhere in this manner.
Yes.
Okay, Pepper's gonna keep those and be like, okay, well now we have a list of things that might be here, and we have an estimated worth, which is great. And then he's gonna remember also the book, that one book that he took that you told me was very important. And he's gonna
You took 3.
okay, he's gonna remember the 3 then, and he's gonna try and like quickly like leaf through them yet again.
Okay, for
like
those
how-
who don't remember, and for Heath's sake, Pepper found 3 different books. The Magical Properties of Gemstones by the Archmage Tensar, The Magical Properties of Herbs and Flowers by the Archmage Tensar, and The Metaphysics of Mathematics by the Mage Natsul. Those are the 3 books that Pepper starts thumbing through his bag for. Just,
and then just kind of leaping through them after I find them, and just because last time you had me make an intelligence check to see if I understood enough of them. I was just curious if maybe I could do that again. On at least one of them.
Go ahead, make an intelligence check. What are the rest of you doing while he's thumbing through a book?
I'm probably looking over at Thomas like, well, I think we'll avoid the upstairs for now. I don't think I can handle that.
Agreed. I have no desire to go tango with those spiders again. What did you find downstairs?
Paper. That way we found paper. I mean, but there's
Zahn, is there anything you want to do while you're in the room?
Celine's with
Uh,
Yes.
We're just in room number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
we're at the entranceway.
What features are in this room?
To the front door opens to a musty, dirty entrance hall. To your left, a corridor leads into the west wing of the house. The walls are bare and bits of smashed furniture lie upon the floor. Ahead of you, another corridor leads toward the rear of the house. A staircase on the eastern wall climbs to the next story, reaching it at a balcony that overlooks the entrance hall along its north and west sides. The stairs appear safe to climb, though the balcony rail is broken in several places. Under the stairs at the north end of the hall, a third corridor leads east. So there's just broken furniture and different hallways you can take. So there's a north, east, and west hallway, or you can go up the stairs, which they're already saying, I don't want to go there.
Well,
But good
I'm gonna
reason.
not go up the stairs.
A wise choice, my
You're
friend.
not, or you are not.
I'm not.
Okay,
Not.
He's
that
not.
I understood.
He's not.
He's not.
Yeah.
So,
Not now, Joe.
At least not by myself.
okay.
Oh, you trying to say something?
I'm like upper string there. I'm afraid not.
Knock.
So,
Who's there?
what'd you get?
I rolled a 4 plus 3, so
7. You know the basics of what they're talking about, but to actually really understand it, you would probably need to sit down and take a full read.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to read over
I
his shoulder
was
real
mostly-
quick.
And part of the problem I probably ran into is I'm thumbing through them for quick information and I'm not like processing it.
What'd you roll?
You're gonna hate me so much.
What'd you do to me?
I rolled an 18 reading over your shoulder.
Okay.
You start reading it, and it starts actually, you're just like, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. It was just
What do you
like,
mean over my shoulder? You mean over my head?
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Yeah, no, I Mom taught me that one.
so
You know what these books are about?
Celine kind of pipes up
These
and
are
she
from-
goes,
You know what?
I
No,
really
no,
don't want to split up the party too much. No one should travel alone.
Full-heartedly agree.
Is
I will
there
never do that
anywhere
again.
we should go first? Why are you staring at me, sir? You're the
Because suddenly Celine's like, maybe we shouldn't be separated.
one who caused the whole situation, Pepper.
Celine.
Pepper.
Pepper doesn't remember.
Pepper ran off.
Pepper doesn't remember
All
this
right,
section.
all right.
I full-heartedly agree. We should not be splitting our party.
So is Thomas trying to like hold Hero's hand?
Um,
I'm
More like
joking. I'm
Hero's
joking.
trying to hold Thomas.
yeah, I was
Probably
gonna say, that would
just
make
like
more sense.
like I have like sorry.
See,
Like I have,
Pepper's
like, my hand on
immediately
your
gonna
head,
join
just
in,
like-
and he's gonna grab Hero's hand, and he's gonna try. Oh, he's gonna grab your pinky, more like.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna grab for Zahn as well. He's gonna
no.
grab your
Zahn,
hand.
Pepper's trying to grab your hand.
We're gonna hold hands and skip through this haunted mansion. Hold
Steve?
my hand.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Pepper was trying to hold your hand.
Okay.
You gonna let it happen, or?
No.
Short and sweet. No. So, is there?
There's safety
Which way
in
should we
holding
go?
hands.
I have
I
not.
only ask friends that you stand behind me. I can take anything. I can take these hits for us.
Well, I will gladly stand behind you, friend. I
You
don't.
always. You know. Okay. All right. I'll let you have this.
I don't
one.
mean to say that I am afraid, but
You're afraid.
I'm afraid.
That's okay. I'll take good care of you this time. I'm sorry that, some people failed you last time.
Mistakes were made. Perhaps this time we just stick together and see what treasures we might find together.
Make me do it.
So which way did you guys explore?
Ow.
Yeah, that was like deafening, man.
Apologize out loud. It's funny.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think Hero's just like, well, he only thinks there's paper on the left, so I think he's just gonna go straight.
Gonna go straight.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, I'm going to follow Hero. Heck yeah.
all right.
So you go straight down this corridor, and there are. Nope, can't see that one. There are 3 doors you can see entering the corridor. There's one here, here, and here.
Tomas, I'm going to leave this in your hands. Where's the treasure?
Which corridor? You guys cut out for a minute. Which corridor did we go down?
Well,
Middle one.
Straight north.
Okay.
So we got 3 options.
Rooms 7, 8, and 9 are the ones they're looking at going through.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, I do not know my way around this mansion, so any pick is as good as another.
Well, I've heard that going left is always prudent in a maze. Maybe the same holds true for haunted mansions?
works for me. I'll go through the left door.
Left does work just fine for me.
All right, so they're going to go ahead and go into room number 7, Heath.
Okay.
Jump on it.
So, at one time, a long wooden table stood in the center of this room. Now it lies broken on the floor. A broken chair sits against the wall between the windows. There's a heap of broken dishes in the northwest corner. This appears to be a dining room.
Hero, you like food. Maybe there's food here.
I feel anything here might not be good anymore, friend.
What are you talking about? Those carrots were perfectly good.
I guess I'll make a perception check, see if there's anything interesting around.
Or investigation?
Investigation.
Okay, investigation's even better. I rolled an 18 plus nothing. Alright, I rolled an 18.
That's a good roll. Let's see what I get to. Yep, that's a 6.
So, looking about the room, unless you're planning on using the broken chairs or the part of the table as kindling, there's nothing really else in this room that really sparks your interest. It's just old plates and broken furniture.
I fear there's not much in here, friends. Perhaps we should continue
Two
looking.
doors in the back? Yes. Do they just lead outside, or is that those aren't doors? Those are windows.
Those are windows.
Okay, dokie.
Well, keep going left. So I make a lap around the room, always going left, and then I go back out the door and I go in through that one.
Oh my god! You know what? That takes some dedication. I had never thought. You know what, Hero? You are literally the smartest guy I know.
So you went to the top room, or are you going across? the
Yeah,
hall?
the
I guess
top
if
room.
he's
Top
keeping
room?
with left, it'd be top.
Yeah.
So they're taking off into room number 9. This is the kitchen. The kitchen is dirty and damp, with patches of gray mold and cobwebs on the floor, walls, and ceiling. In the southwest corner is some iron cooking equipment with a chimney above. Next to it, under the window, is a cracked and discolored stone sink. To the right of the sink, a small closed wooden cupboard is fixed to the wall about 5 feet off the floor. Against the far wall, a flight of wooden stairs leads up from the west to east. The woodwork of the staircase is decayed, and a few threads are missing. Treads, not threads. Still had spider webs on my brain.
Oh.
So there is a door to the right as soon as you enter, and then there's a staircase in the back, and then the cooking stuff's off to the left.
Now, my friends, you remember that man, the poacher? I believe he said something about this room and rats.
Oh no.
Perhaps we should tread carefully in here.
Well,
Or maybe we might get a fine meal.
as long as it's not the butthole tickling room, I'm cool.
What happened to you last time?
I forgot about the butthole tickling.
I thought they had
Wait,
it
they have
bad.
one of those rooms here?
It was a
Which one is it? Asking for a friend.
So you said there was a like there was a what's on my right?
on the right is a door.
All right, I'm gonna creep up over to it. I'm gonna kind of look Tomas. I'm gonna draw my sword. I'm gonna just kind of like creep it open a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to be a rogue, and I'm gonna stealth.
Okay, roll stealth.
I'll be right back. I have to make like a French friend,
Alrighty, sir.
so I'll be right back.
That's right.
Yes,
I got
sir.
a nat 20 on my stealth. We'll be fine.
I turned his mic off so that no one can hear his background noise.
Gotcha.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm gonna like creep the door open.
Just kind of be in the dark shadow over here, other side of the door.
Let me see exactly where you are.
Where's the
Okay.
door at?
Yeah, you move right there.
Alright, so the hero's right in front of it. I'm gonna be right next to him.
All
in the
doors
corner.
open to the right, just so everybody knows.
All right.
To the right. Like if you're looking.
That's
at
not
the
very
door-
left of you.
What?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Dumbass.
Hey, we're always going to the left.
So I will turn to,
yeah.
to hero and give him a nod from the shadows.
Celine kind of walks into the room, but kind of makes sure she's back a little bit towards the stove. So push her back towards the
Pepper-
stove a little bit.
Pepper is not understanding the idea of like being in a certain position and just standing in the middle of the room
looking dumbfounded as to why his friends are all taking defensive stances. You open up the room, and the room displays the effects of a damp and decay more than most. Mold grows in patches on the floor, walls, and ceiling. A large copper cask, split, discolored, and empty, stands under the window with a small heap of crockery shards on the floor beside it. Stairs lead down into what is presumably a cellar.
Okay, I'm just gonna, I guess, take another quick look around the room, see if there's anything interesting, anything moving.
Investigation.
It'll be a 12.
So,
It's so much easier when you don't have a bonus to anything intelligence. You just roll the dice and hey.
This is what you got.
It does what it do.
It does what it do, Yugi.
So, looking around the room, you spot something you hadn't really spotted before. You see tracks in the dust that lead down the stairs. And they lead straight from the doorway where you're standing, and looking back, you can actually see that they came from where y'all came from. The tracks led into this room, and then down the stairs.
I know not what these tracks are from. And I'm gonna kind of like look at Thomas, like help me out. And I'm gonna.
Can I do an investigation on the tracks?
Go ahead.
All right.
That's
Natural
what.
20.
That's
You
what.
did a
Alright,
good job buying
so-
these dice.
I did.
They are.
It was a good buy. Walmart. They're $8 for 3 sets.
I don't.
That's the wrong
Yeah,
one.
no one could see that. So. You look at the steps, and they appear to be coming from a medium-sized creature, humanoid in shape. They're just footprints. There's not too heavy of a footfall from what you can discern, but it definitely looks like they've been traveled over a couple times. Someone's definitely come down here a couple times.
I think not the ghostly footprints, but this tells me that there mayhaps be an enemy.
Perhaps an enemy or perhaps another looter that might have come this way in search of treasure. Maybe our friend the poacher. He did mention he came this way.
Yeah, he gave the impression he would not come back.
There's
I believe very strongly in orcish tactics. If something's alive that you don't want to be there, you kill it.
in this case, I might agree. But
Okay,
shall
good.
we investigate further?
So you start walking down the stairs, and warning, ear rape. Hideous screams echo from the stairs as you take your steps down it. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Holy crap. That was
I failed.
dude.
I so failed.
I warned you all. I warned you all.
He did not warn us enough.
I got a 10. Is that gonna?
Okay, hang on.
Now I get a
I
10.
want to hear everybody's.
With
Okay, I'm
save.
back.
Well, welcome back, Heath. You just missed some ear rape, so you got lucky. I had to scream. They found the door to the cellar, and they started heading down it. As they were heading down, a shrieking sound came from below, and everybody needed to make a wisdom saving throw, including yourself.
Okay.
What did you get, Hero?
3.
What did you get, Pepper?
16.
16. What did you get, Tomas?
That's gonna be a 10. I'm still stealth. Does that mean anything right now?
And Celine. Okay.
I got a 15.
Celine made a 13.
Nice.
So, anyone below a 12.
Crap.
On a failed save, a creature has disadvantage on all ability checks for 1 hour, unless it is immune to the frightened condition. The creature can repeat the saving throw every 15 minutes.
Wow.
So unless you are immune to frightened, you're frightened, unless you made above a 12.
Hey, Tomas, remember what I said about immediately killing an enemy? I take it back, let's go.
Yeah, I agree, friend. Yes. I'm gonna run back up those stairs as quick as I can.
So, Celine heard that. You heard that. You both are just like, oh shit. You're not frightened, but you definitely heard that. Zahn, what did you make on your saving throw?
15.
15.
15. So you also saved. You are also just fine. It was a little startling, but you're okay.
More than
I'm
a little
very
startled.
much gonna be hanging around the middle of the pack from here on out.
Much more than a little startling. I was scared. Me in the room.
So you all, the three of you are just fine, but you see Tomas and Hero definitely very shaken at the moment, like starting to retreat from the stairs.
Don't worry, guys. I can take care of this. And I'm gonna point down the stairs and cast sleep.
You're going to cast sleep down the stairs.
Yes.
All right.
So it doesn't. You don't have to tell me any of this stuff. I'm going to explain how this works.
Do you have dark vision at all? Or?
No, I'm. Oh wait, I don't know if I can do it. Let me find out. Real
Let's
quick.
say
Yeah,
I
'cause
can
that was
see
a
in
line
the
of sight
dark
thing.
because I'm a cat, but
Nope, it is not a line of sight.
okay.
I can just point down the stairs and say, "Hey, this is what's happening."
I'm still not going down first.
So real quick, I just. Or you don't have to tell me what's asleep. I'm just gonna tell you what's happening, okay? With it.
Okay.
So, just for all you at home, sleep is a spell that sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of a point I choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures. So what that means is the creatures with the lowest hit points all the way up to the highest. So if something has 1 hit point, it takes out that, and then it moves up. I'm actually gonna roll right now, and we'll find out how much hit point, what my pool is.
All ones.
Please don't split that. 8, 7, 9, 17, 20,
How big is the radius on it?
26. It is a 20 foot.
20-foot radius.
I'm pointing it down the stairs as far into it as I can, as potentially I would be able to without clearly, like, you know what I mean? Like when you see like a descending darkness, you can.
It's 26.
26 is the pool.
Not bad.
It's actually really not bad.
When my turn comes around, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
All right.
That's probably a smart idea.
Well, we haven't rolled initiative yet, so.
Oh, we're
It lasts for an hour. Don't worry.
What did you roll?
26.
26.
Yeah, so it goes from the smallest hit points all the way.
Okay. All right.
until it runs out. Basically, you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
So, had to check something. All right. So you casted sleep. You're not quite sure if it's done anything, but you've casted it. Zon, you can go ahead and cast Mage Armor right now if you want, seeing Pepper having cast a spell down the stairs.
And it
Okay.
is dark down there. Like I can't see.
It's dim lit. It's
Dimly
not
lit.
very bright at all.
So I can.
There may be like a torch or two down there, but not very many.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a torch and light it. Like
Yeah, I treat
Take
dim
this.
light as bright, and darkness as dim light.
And so does Hero.
Yep.
Got them cat eyes, but I'm too scared to go forward. So
Pepper
That's
will-
actually what Frighten does.
Pepper with the torch is gonna actually head down.
Okay.
what a man.
What a utter fool!
I mean, you said it, not me.
I fully know this. I as a player know this, and Pepper is all about this.
Do be careful, friend. I did not like the sound of whatever that was.
Pepper is not entirely foolish. He is. He's gonna have prepped mage armor. He's not very offensive, but he is gonna have mage armor prepped to cast. Doesn't like take it doesn't take a full action, but
I need to check something. Okay. Nope. He does not have anything to cure you of your frightened condition. So, Celine kind of looks. You can repeat the saving throw every 15 minutes.
Wait, isn't a fear, or I guess it depends on how it's cast, but doesn't it go away if you take damage?
This one probably would.
Hmm.
This effect on you probably would, but at the current moment you are frightened.
Okay.
Well, two of you are. So Celine kind of
You're
starts
also
making
watching-
her way.
Pepper just walked down fearlessly.
Zon, are you also making your way down the stairs?
Yeah, I'll make my way down.
All right. Go to room 20 in the book, or page 47, room 20. Try not to meta, please.
I guess I'd travel in the back of the pack on my way down.
That's why I said try not to meta.
Don't worry, I cast sleep. It's all good.
It tells me everything, I
Everything.
need to know. Is there a dragon down here? Because, dude,
Stop the meta. Come on, guys.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the map real fast. Give me 2 seconds.
oh jeez, guys. It's a lot of paper.
Okay, I need y'all to
Not look.
not look for 2 seconds. I've got to flip that back over.
You're fine. I can't see anyways.
Okay. All right. So, that is the room you are looking upon currently. The room is only so far so long. Pepper, this is what you see coming down the stairs. Celine starts to make her way down the stairs, but she looks back up and sees Tomas and Hero just kind of sitting there. Are you at all right?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
Yes, I just need to tie my yeah, good. Go on, I'll catch up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
This mansion brings back some bad memories. Okay, I just
I understand.
And I gotta stick with the guy. You know.
Real quick, I do-
Zon, would you want to go downstairs with Pepper real fast?
real quick,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wanna-
going down with
Can I real quick meta something? Instead of using a torch, I just want to cast light.
Is it cantrip or spell
I
spell?
cantrip.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I know it's a stupid thing to
Yeah.
change, but I'm just like I threw the light.
You're
down there.
a wizard. You want to use your spells,
Yeah.
and it's a cantrip. So yeah, fine, do it.
Is it
Yay!
a cantrip or a can't trip?
Oh no, he can certainly trip.
I
It's
most assuredly can.
So, Zon, as you and Pepper walk down the stairs, this is the wine cellar. The shoulder-height wooden bottle racks line north and west walls here. There appear to be no intact bottles left in the racks, and shattered bottles cover the floor. Against the east wall, at the foot of the stairs, rest two large metal storage bins that appear to be empty. In the center of the room lies a human corpse, clad in plate mail. A long sword lies by the corpse's right side, and a large shield covers its legs.
By the way, if this was an undead or construct, it would have been
No,
on
yeah.
you. Okay, all right, cool. I forgot to mention that, so I felt bad.
I know the sleep spell enough to know what does an effect. But that is what you see coming down the stairs immediately. It is dimly lit. There are a few torches. Actually, it's fairly well lit now that you've cast a light. So that is what you see around the room. Celine is standing at the midpoint of the stairs, while Hiro and Tomas are standing at the top of the stairs, kind of like.
Just giving them the
And
thumbs up.
there's nothing like there's just that suit of metal or that skeleton with the long sword next to him, and that's pretty much it in the room.
Unless you want to make an investigation check.
I'm gonna make an investigation check.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right, roll yourself too, sir.
14.
14 plus so 17.
17.
Oh, that's not a good plan. 7 minus 1 is 6.
Ooh.
Guess what my dump stat is?
Intelligence.
Would it be charisma?
It's alright, -2, man.
Sorry about technical difficulties, guys. I don't know what set our table to shake enough to knock the camera over. It's fixed. I no longer have a dedicated camera for our players. I do have a dedicated camera for my... It's now acting up, Cole. That's now acting up, and it'll probably kick back on at the random time. So this is what you're going to see right now. Our battle map. You're just gonna have to listen and hope to God you can follow along. Sorry for these, but we may as well just jump back into it. When another problem arises, I'll be quick to jump on it and fix it. So, you were making an investigation check to check out the wine cellar.
Yes, I rolled after all my adds. It was a 17,
A 17.
and Heath rolled a 3
So
We're not gonna talk.
on our investigation.
yes.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. Well,
You rolled a
Correction.
6.
It was close enough.
Minus
6.
3.
No, -1, fool.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Still low.
It wasn't as good as the 17, so I just missed it.
So, looking around the room, you find the similar tracks that you saw before up at the top of the stairs. You can follow them, and they lead all the way to the actual. It looks like a fireplace almost, is what it looks like, but they lead directly to it. And then they lead off to the right or left of that fire pit.
Keep to the left.
So I'll just keep to the left and follow those footsteps.
All right. Make another investigation check.
Oh, this would be so much easier if I was a higher level. and
Sorry
wasn't
about
With
nearly as
advantage.
much. Oh, thank God. Well, I kind of need it.
Zahn, if you're following him, you can do the same.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Roll a 10,
That was my
I got a
highest.
16.
16.
Thank God.
You can see that the stone brick in this area of the wall is actually not quite set in properly. This appears to be a door. A secret door has been placed in this wall. No more references, please. And so, about this time that y'all are searching around the room, I need Tomas and Hiro to remake their wisdom saving throws.
Oh, wait.
It was wisdom.
Yeah, oh, never mind.
yellow-bellied lily-livered.
14.
That's gonna be a 13.
I think you said the save was 12, didn't you?
The 12, yes.
All right, cool.
Excellent.
I'm gonna like put my hand on your shoulder and go, Tomas, I know you're scared. I'm scared, but Pepper's literally down there alone with a stranger. And Sully.
You're right, and
I'm still right here. I can hear you. And she's midway through the steps.
Yeah, I know. When we just came out of our fear, I looked directly at Tomas. Like, we gotta go, man. I can hear her voice.
It's almost as if I could hear her.
Y'all good now?
yes, I'll be right there.
She sounds very. Oh, you can hear her too.
She heads down the stairs, and as y'all head down the stairs, you see Zahn actually poking and prodding at a wall, like trying to kind of move it.
So, do we already see the same things?
You see the same thing. You see it's a wine cellar, and you do see a body, a dead body in the middle of the room, and it is what did I say? Plate mail?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, no.
It's plate mail, a long sword, and a shield.
The player in me wants all of that so bad, but all of my weapons and armor are family. Were given to him by Hero's family, so he probably does it.
We don't have a single party member that would rock any of that.
What are you talking about? Pepper would look amazing in it.
It is a human-sized person.
Oh,
Like,
Again, Pepper would look amazing in
Well,
this.
hold on, Celine's a
Amazingly
cleric.
silly.
could like how old does the body look?
make an investigation check.
Actually, as a sorcerer, would you dabble
He's
with that?
asleep.
12.
I forgot about that.
What'd you say about being a sorcerer, Tim?
Do you guys dabble in heavy armor at all?
No, they can't.
It's always light armor?
No.
Alright,
I don't even think I have armor proficiency at all.
fair enough. Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and investigate that body.
He did already.
Oh, you did?
Well, I looked over at it. I haven't touched it yet.
Well, you rolled your investigation, so.
Yeah, I wanted to see. I specifically asked how old does how long does that body look like it's been there?
Oh, okay. Looks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
So
look.
that would just be
Sight.
sight. So that would just be straight perception. So
Yeah.
if that changes your roll any.
Perception as opposed to investigation.
Yes.
Yes, it does. It brings me to a 15.
It looks fresh. It doesn't look like it's been here a long time, but it definitely has started its decay process. So it's definitely been here more than a day.
I'm gonna draw my sword.
Okay. Are you actually going to inspect the body? I thought he was. That's why I stopped you.
I'm gonna take a look at it.
Alright.
Let's see if he had a coin purse on him. Jesus. That's gonna be a 7.
7. As you walk up to the body itself and you start kind of looking it over, you kind of put your hand on the shield first, and something starts moving.
Oh no.
Roll initiative, everyone.
Oh, there it is. Gosh,
Oh, that's not good.
It's
That's-
always
I
good
mean,
when
that's
someone says
amazing.
that. Okay.
Can't tell my initiative. Oh, there it is.
Wait, no, I have
Your
it on my
dexterity
thing.
modifier
Yeah.
is your initiative.
Oh, wow. The DM says, wow, you should either be afraid or very happy.
Or both.
Why not both?
Why not both? So, okay.
Get my stick.
Oh, wow, okay. That's just terrible.
I thought you were pulling out the gadget voice. Like, is it goblins?
What's wrong? Blah, 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 blah.
So, 20 and up.
Yeah, about that.
19.
Did you really roll a 19?
I rolled a 19. 17 plus 2.
You're
Real quick, he can have mine.
okay. So you had 19.
Yep.
Anyone else have 19? Nope. He roll 15 to 19.
I got a 17.
17. So Tomas. 10 to 15.
Yikes.
10, 5 to 10.
9.
Oh, God. What did you roll?
1 to 5.
Got a 3.
You got a 3.
Nice.
This was spread
My
out.
dexterity modifier is +2, by the way.
Oh.
Just-
Might be time for a dice jail.
I mean, it kind of works out because he's investigating a door.
yeah.
That's true.
The dice tell their own story.
Dice do tell their own story. So as you're wiggling, as you move the shield, you see it wiggling, and you see something like a grub just pop out of the body and start looking at you.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, no.
Celine's down here. That's Pep.
Not
That's
again.
over here. That is Hero. And we need a piece for Zon.
I have bottle caps.
That tracks.
Baby, pop.
Pop, pop.
My buttons working yet? No, they're not. My buttons are not working.
Buttons.
Sorry, everybody, for not being able to see this exactly correctly, but
Exactly correctly. Correctly, exactly. Rubba hub bubba.
I can see.
Bear
We
with
aren't,
us, folks.
we are not sponsored by anyone yet, but Grubhub could be a sponsor.
if Grubhub would sponsor us, I would be very appreciative.
I will,
If they delivered one pizza, I'd shout out more from them. free.
But like,
Actually, if this is going to be sponsored on YouTube, it's going to be from Audible. They sponsor everybody.
That is true.
They are tiny. So I'm going to use a dire rat because I can't find the piece that I actually had for these guys. So out of a dead body pops a swarm of rot grubs.
oh, no, not again.
Swarms again. Oh. Everybody be afraid.
So
Way ahead of you.
No, I am.
Celine is up first.
wow.
Celine rolled a 20.
Good
Well,
job.
she rolled an 18, and she has a +2.
All right.
So she has 20. And she will fight like Gaston.
Holy shit, we
Runs
will.
like Gaston.
She can take this whole match in by herself.
No wonder we keep losing.
So she's going to
Every last inch of us covered in hair.
she's going to scream a little bit, let out a scream, and then use where'd you go?
What's her only burn spell? Because Sacred Flame.
No, she's going to
Big hammer.
use Word of Radiance. I'm in the wrong one. It's that way. Word of Radiance. You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. The creature of your choice that you can see within range must make a con save or take 1d6 damage.
Nice.
So the con save on the grub rolls.
What's he doing?
Cocked. That's cocked again because I keep rolling off my thing. Alright. And her spell is. Alright. The rock grubs do not save. They are taking a d6. They take 4 damage.
All right, go sit down. I know you're so sweet. Go sit down.
So,
Go girl.
after Celine is Hiro.
All right, oh, I guess I'm just gonna run up there and be like, no, not again, Thomas, back off, and I'm gonna smack him.
Smack. Smack. Smack.
So it's a 19 plus 8 to hit. What is my?
Your strength modifier.
Well, yeah, plus proficiency, so 6. So yeah, 19 plus 6, 25.
25. That definitely hits.
Okay.
That's 25.
And I rolled max damage.
Yeah?
So thank you, 16 points.
16? Oh, wow. You swish like half of them, just one little.
They made a funny sound to us.
Made a fart sound. That might have just been the gas from the dead body.
I don't know. I'm just highly amused.
Did this dead body eat
Tomas,
Jeez.
it is your turn.
After hearing what Hiro said, I said, I will not leave you alone, friend. Not like this. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my rapier. Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does indeed.
Are you serious?
A 9 hits the rock.
Holy crap. Okay, well, I'll take that all day. So I'm going to do 8 damage with my rapier.
Damage. As you just take your rapier, no! Just start swinging it fiercely back and forth. Just get away, get away, get away. You actually manage to squash the rest of the swarm that you can see. It just kind of just. As you squash it out, Pepper, how long does your spell last?
Which one?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Oh, no. I don't like
Give
where
me
this
a
is going
half
at all.
moment.
The guy on the floor wasn't dead.
So Zon, you hear all of a sudden just squish, squish, squish coming from behind you. You turn
It's
around.
already over. It only lasts a minute, so if they got to redo their things,
So-
it's been too long.
So as you turn around, you see this chaos going on as a second set of grubworms start piling out of the dead body from the mouth, just and they start coming out at you.
Oh.
Way to give people nightmares, especially Dan. So there is a second set, and
Who's hungry?
they're going right here.
I could eat.
I'm actually really hungry,
So,
which is worse.
You want to grub?
Tomas, you done. Pep, it is now your turn as you also turn around and see the same scene as the second set comes crawling out of the mouth.
Oh jeez! Pepper is gonna hastily change his spell. He was gonna cast Mage Armor. He was really scared that he might get hurt. But see, actually, wait. Give me 1 second. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say he'll cast Mage Armor from a distance, but that's a touch spell.
Yes,
He
it
will
is.
not. He's gonna use a Firebolt and immediately just spam it at this creature.
Would he get advantage because he's we flank him? We were flanking it right now.
Yes, technically he would.
See, I got you.
I'm not entirely sure how that spell works.
Or does it work with range?
It's a spell. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
It does not
I will
matter.
allow it. I will allow it.
Do you really want me to roll?
I don't care about rules.
I mean, I rolled a 23.
You hit it.
I mean, let's just see if I can get a. I didn't. Don't worry about that one. All right, so 23, and it's a D10. Yeah, D10. Bum 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 bum.
Rotting smell just starts coming up from the body as Pepper lets out a firebolt that just starts to singe not only the body but the worms as well, or
Nice.
grubs.
I think that's nice.
1.
I rolled minimum damage.
It looked more impressive than it actually was.
Pepper was so frantic and changing his spell that he'd already had prepped and ready to go at an instant. He just goes and kind of he hits him, but like it's
No, there was
Yeah.
one grub in the swarm that just pissed Pepper off.
No, yeah, Pepper zoomed in on the one that looked like it had 8 legs. He was like, nope.
All right.
Thank you for that.
It is Zon. It is your turn. There
Okay.
Fireball.
So
Jesus Christ, level 1.
where they're at, is there a way that I can get so that there's a maximum number of grubs in a 15-foot cube, but not the rest of the party? Can I move that far? My movement's only 30, so.
You can just barely not hit your group if it is angled.
No, it has to be centered on me, so I have to be
Oh,
there, but it's a 15-foot cube around me. and all your sound just cut out, so I can't hear anything that anyone's saying.
we're not speaking. He's just kind of looking.
Oh, okay.
Currently, we're doing the calculations.
we're
It's a
just-
very small room.
Yeah, that's spread. There's a
At
look
best,
off.
look on the map, and you are at the top left corner. There's not really any room. Like, everyone is surrounding it pretty much. There's no way you can get it without hitting at least Pepper. Pepper is the...
Or you could hit Celine.
No.
No, because if you hit Celine, you hit Hero too.
Or Thomas.
You could hit Hero. Well, never mind. Hit Pepper.
You're going
Okay.
to hit at least one person if you do a 15-foot cube.
Alrighty, let's
I
see
didn't ask
here.
how big the room was.
I simply said I cast sleep. I didn't ask how close we were to that wall. I said I cast sleep.
Are there any on the body still?
Yes.
Okay. They're on like on his armor and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's
Yeah,
like
they've climbed out of his mouth now, and they're just like sitting on top of his head. They have not had
Okay.
a turn just yet.
Well, I'm gonna grab the body and I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp, which I get advantage on because he's wearing metal armor.
Nice. That's fair.
All right.
Can I can move within that space, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Yes,
see.
There.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
move
you
that far.
do that. You can pretty much move anywhere in this room. There's enough space.
Okay. What is the? Never mind. I'll roll and determine what I hit here. Give me just a
Nobody's
second.
touching the body, right?
clear. I've still got like
I
my
rolled a
sword rested
17.
on it and go, what?
Say that again.
I rolled a 17.
That hits
That's beautiful.
Just barely.
by 9.
All right.
I mean, again, you would have advantage because we are flanking.
I rolled 6 damage. It's lightning damage. And then the thing can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Which is now.
With my 1 damage, we've done a total of 7
It
damage.
is Celine's turn now.
Get him, Celine.
I think I calculated that right. No, I did not. I did not calculate that right. Celine, it's not going to work. So she is going. She's just going to do the same thing again because she has no other attack spells that she can use at this moment. So it is a con save.
Divine intervention.
And
Fireball.
it does not work, or no, it works. So they did not save on their Constitution saving throw, and they are taking 3 damage,
When we kill this thing, my 1 damage. It was imperative.
and about half of the grub set has like stopped moving and or been burnt or shot to death. Up next is Hiro.
You rolled in that one. He is going to, kind of like,
He's going to
whiff
fall
it. Yeah.
face first into the dead body.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
You are now considered in their space. So, just so you know. Next up is Tomas. Your friend is now essentially in the grubs.
Yeah, no.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
I can't allow that. So shit. That's gonna be my whole turn. Yeah, I'm gonna pull him back out of the grubs and maybe try to push him back a little bit. He can brush himself off.
So, make a strength check.
Oh, of course. Yeah, because as a rogue, that's my best stat. 12?
12. You're able to kind of like pull him away. There are a few grubs that still linger on you, and you can start swiping them off. But you are out of their range now.
Okay.
The grubs.
Thank you,
turn is
Tomas.
next.
It's I who am to protect you. You must let them eat me.
How far are you pulling him? How far are you pulling him?
I don't imagine since he's so big I can move him far with my
You
wimpy.
can move half your speed while carrying somebody.
I don't imagine I want to carry a grub-covered man. I just kind of wanted to pull him off and get him out of there. So like, I'm gonna say maybe like pushing like 5-10 feet back,
Okay.
maybe.
So
Let's say like right there.
as the fresh source kind of leaves them, the grubs go chasing off after it. So they're going to try and attack you as they move into your space and try attacking you.
Bring it on, little man.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
I didn't think so.
That does not hit. So,
I like this enemy better than last time.
Pepper, it is
Well, I
now
like
your
that they're
turn.
attacking me.
Pepper, hopefully, with a little bit better luck on the damage, is gonna go once more for that firebolt.
Okay.
That tasty firebolt. Nat 20 did.
Nat 20, it definitely hits.
I was hoping. I rolled a 7 for damage.
As you do, it's double.
Do you want to roll it again, or
No, the dice is double to
Okay.
a natural 20.
Okay, so 14.
So 14
Four,
points.
14.
As they start scurrying after,
It was on the point.
they're on him.
Oh.
I thought you just said he.
Are they all on
brushed
him?
Oh.
No, they swarmed onto him because their turn got taken before you.
Oh.
So you just cast Firebolt at him.
I'm
as
down.
carefully as I could.
I'm down.
You're down?
I only have
So
12 HP, man.
So
Oh.
you just killed the grubs, but you just knocked
Killed. Here.
Pepper onto his back.
Hero.
Hero. Hero, not Pepper.
Get him.
I've got ointments for that. And we'll rush over with the scalpel and the piece of string.
Oh God.
Celine comes running up. No! I got this! I got this! And she goes and does spare the dying on you.
Now, Pepper, I do understand the need to fight the enemy, but that was our friend.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So-
It's just a little burn. It's like getting
Pepper?
a sunburn.
Pepper just attacked the grub worms that were on Hiro,
To be fair though,
knocking Hiro unconscious.
sometimes I'm a little bit too enthusiastic. I'm sorry, hero. Also, I honestly didn't realize they swarmed on top of me. That was my mistake.
So, as you just knocked your companion on the ground, Celine brings him back up to 1 health point, and that is where we're going to call it for the night. Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. We will see you again in the next session. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for
You go
watching.
One episode without attacking your party.
To be fair, I really honestly didn't realize that they were on top of you.
No, I didn't realize it
I
either.
can't end the stream.
Endless stream! Woo!
I can't
No,
end it.
that's alright. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright, so then we're gonna press forward into the next room. No, I'm just kidding, guys. We're not. Thank everyone for watching again.